When we think about physical security, the primary consideration should be life safety goals. Life safety means protecting human life as the first priority. When you have a good plan, you can balance life safety concerns and other security measures. For example, in the event of a fire, a door to prevent unauthorized physical intrusion should not prevent individuals from being able to escape.
Right.
This door may allow insiders to exit through it after pushing an emergency bar, but at the same time, it should not allow external entities in.
Right. A physical security program should consider safety and security mechanisms as well. Safety means the protection of life and assets against fire, natural disasters, and devastating accidents. Security should protect against vandalism, theft, and attacks by individuals.
The objectives of the physical security program should be based on the level of protection for the various assets and the organization as a whole. This level of protection depends upon the company's acceptable risk level. This acceptable risk level should be calculated from the laws and regulations an organization must comply to and from the threat profile of the organization overall. This means identifying who and what could damage business assets, identifying the types of attacks and crimes that could take place, and the consequences of business impact from these threats.
The type of physical countermeasures should measure their adequacy or inadequacy against the organization's threat profile. Threat profiles vary from one organization to another, as you can well imagine.
Correct.
And the security team should understand the types of attackers, the capabilities of these attackers, and the resources and tactics these individuals would use. We're going to look at both safety and security mechanisms which every security professional should be aware of. Physical security should be deployed based on a layered defense model. That means that physical controls should work together in a tiered architecture. Even if one layer fails, the other layer should protect the valuable asset.
Layers should be developed from the parameter toward the asset. For example, you should have a fence, then facility walls, then an access control card device, then a guard and intrusion detection systems, and then locked computer cases and safes. This series of layers will protect the organization's most sensitive assets.
Physical security means protecting resources. And these resources are a combination of things, right? People, processes, procedures, technology, and equipment. The design should be a solid physical security program. It should be methodical and should weigh the objectives of the program with the available resources. Although all organizations are different in nature, right? The approach for designing and maintaining a physical security program really is the same. The company should first define the vulnerabilities, threats, threat agents, and targets.
Threats can be categorized into internal threats and external threats. Internal threats include faulty technology, fire hazards, or employees who aim to damage the company in any way. External threats come in many different forms. Government buildings are usually targeted for political revenge. If a company conducts abortions or animal research, then there will be the constant threat of activists. Banks and armed vehicles will be tempting targets for organized crime members. A physical security program should address the following: crime and disruption prevention through deterrence. This can be done through fences, security guards, warning signs, and so on. Reduction of damages through the use of delaying mechanisms. Locks, security personnel, and barriers can be used for this purpose.
Crime or disruption detection is another one. This is the use of smoke detectors, motion detectors, and CCTV. Incident assessment includes security guards responding to detected incidents and determining the level of damage. Response procedures. You can use fire suppression mechanisms, emergency response processes, law enforcement notification, and even consultation with outside security professionals if that's what you need.